Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at a maxed out Zarude Best Buddy in the Open Master League. We are going to have an absolute blast. I enjoyed this and I have no regrets on powering this thing up. So the side where I'm showing the Pokemon here is a little bit off than usual because for whatever reason Niantic Scopely took away the bottom bar, which makes my screen when I record a lot longer, and it kind of makes everything a little uneven for doing this. So, and it's not even that too. The bottom bar was so useful for backing out. Now I have to push up the screen. Sometimes I can't even back out and it just closes the app out. Not necessarily all the way, but I kind of push my way out. So hopefully they fix that soon. But with that said, let's go ahead and see what we have here. We're going to be pairing it up with Reshiram and Shadow Shiny Kyogre here. And I had an absolute blast. We are going to be leading with Reshiram in the front and trying to bait out particular things that are going to be either weak to grass or something that is going to be strong against dark. And what does that mean? That's going to relate or translate to potentially having Ho-Oh or Zacian up front, because if you're still in denial, that's okay, but the algorithm is 100% real for sure. And that's just the way it rolls. So we'll leave that alone and just talk about this here. So I did actually put the rare candies into Zarude because of the leveling up. I needed to power up Pokemon, and I had plenty of candies to invest in anything else, but I thought it was finally time to actually make this one here. And I'm not really worried about the shiny. I will tell you this, I'm excited for the scarf. So the scarf is going to be probably, I would assume, a costume version of Zarude that they will release, I would assume. And if you're wondering what the shiny looks like, you see that pattern on its stomach that looks like Venom or Spider-Man, probably more like Venom. That silver part turns into a sort of a bronzy looking color, not even gold. So the change is very minuscule. I'm not worried about it whatsoever, okay? More than likely, I'll probably get 11, 12, 13 anyways. But yeah, with that said, let's have a blast here. Should you invest in this? What else is it good for? Are you even into PvP? I'm not into PvP, so I'm not really too crazy about this situation here. Well, I have good news for you. You can use this in raids as a good dark type attacker or a good grass type attacker as well. It's got all kinds of usability, and I actually recommend it. I don't say dump all your rare candies into it, but if you were thinking about it, go for it. The thing is an absolute amazing beast, quite literally a beast here. So I was throwing people off, I do believe, and we'll get into the commentary here. And I also want to tell you that this thing is actually stacked up fairly well for its stats. I mean, I've used it before in the Ultra League, but I guess I was sleeping on him for a while. I should have powered this son of a gun up a long time ago. But yeah, really putting in the work here. All right, but with all that said, look at that. Look at Zarude taking out that Palkia. Are you serious? Oh man, it was so good using this team. I had an absolute blast. Now, of course, I can get pretty walled in the back with a dragon. But at the end of the day, you know, we do have a dark move, which does a lot of damage. And Zarude, even taking a really strong neutral damage, say Spatial Rend, it does a lot of damage, but it's only like a little bit over half or around half. So the thing, I mean, it's beautiful. I love it. All right, so what do we have here? Solgaleo, let's go for it. This is great. Unless they do have Solar Beam, but I highly doubt they've already charged that up already. So we're going to be looking good. And yeah, they keep spamming the Psychic thing. So yeah, we're good to go. Now, one of the reasons why I like using Kyogre, it's just a strong, hard-hitting Pokemon. You can go up against dragons and, you know, your quick move is going to be doing a lot of damage, especially if you're Shadow. I would put Origin Pulse on it. I just found Surf to be okay for me, right? If you're thinking, well, what about rating? I'd still use Surf, okay? If I want to have an Origin Pulse, I'll use a Elite Charge TM. All right, full commentary. All right, so Zacian lead up against Reshiram. This is a beautiful lead. This is exactly what we were trying to do initially with that Dark type in the back to pull up that Fairy up front here, okay? So Kyogre also loves going up against Zacian too, as well. So they're going to shield that up, retreat, and bring in their Dialga. We're going to go ahead and throw another one of these Fusion Flares here, seeing that their part still's doing a good amount of damage, swapping into Zarude, and now one Dark Pulse is going to be enough to take them out. We'll go ahead and let this go. It is just an Iron Head. Okay, we're getting to that charge move. Now, the other quick move on Zarude is going to be Bite. That's what you're going to want to use if you want to use it as a pure dark type attacker in raids. Its performance in raids, as far as Bite is concerned, is not so worrisome as PvP because that energy gain is absolutely nightmarish compared to in raids or gyms. It's not so bad. Okay, so let's go. What do we got going on here? Kyogre going for that Surf up against that Zacian. We still have 1 shield left. Now, close combat will do a decent amount. Play rough too. Of course, Behemoth Bash is going to be resisted. It still does a decent amount of damage because it's just a strong move and we are Shadow. And I do believe our lowest stat in our IVs, it's a 15-15 like low defense IV. So we have that to consider as well. Next battle, we're met with another Zacian. Of course, we love to see it. This doesn't mean an automatic win, but they did just catch a Fusion Flare. What was that with? Okay, a Zamazenta. Well, I mean, it's still super effective, so that's great. They knew they were going to be able to tank it, I would assume there. So we're going to go ahead and swap into our Kyogre and farm them down here. So we're looking pretty good. What are they going to do? Okay, we're just going to go straight for that. Sorry, what dragon was that? Oh, Zygarde. Okay, now, yeah, this is the fun one. I had a lot of fun with this. Now, you know, I'm not trying to talk down or nothing, but you probably should have just farmed me down. I think they were worried I would hit another Surf there. So Zarude, what do we got here? Resisting ground, resisting dark. Unless they have outrage, they're screwed here. Even that's not going to do that much because Zarude is just, I guess, a tank at this point. But, you know, you have to also consider Zygarde doesn't have the best attack. So they're hitting me with Crunch over here, and we're all loaded up with energy. We're just going to go ahead and throw the Power Whip. We're going to get a shield out of them, which is incredible. That's their last shield. Now, at first I was thinking, kind of an amateur move, but they still have another shield. And also our quick moves are massively resisted, especially the Dragon. So this is not going to KO. They could potentially pull something off here, but yeah, let's see what happens. So I would assume this is going to be close combat. Yeah, down we go. Can we quick move them? They immediately swap. We're going to go ahead and just farm them, but not before they get to another charge move here. Crunch, okay. And we're just going to go ahead and throw Power Whip. It's not very effective. You're probably just going to go for that Grass instead of your Dark because the Grass is not resisted as much as the Dark up against Zacian because of the Steel and the Fairy more so. All right, next game we're going to be met with Palkia here. Now I don't really like these matchups, but they work. We can make them work. Even the Aqua Tail's hurting, so we'll let this go. Of course, it's an Aqua Tail. I bait for whatever reason. This is really stupid. I knew they would shield it up, so we're just going to go ahead and swap. I guess it wasn't the worst, because if they do have a Zacian, we might be able to get to that Fusion Flare with a little bit of health and that quick Steel move, which is not very effective. They have a Necrozma Dawn Wings. Our Zarude's going to have a freaking field day. Watch this. One shot. Peace. And they back out. What's in the back? What's in the back? All right, so we're taking that win. Let's go. All right. A lot of people did not. I don't know. I'm not going to say they didn't enjoy seeing the Zarude, but it wasn't a favorable matchup for them, that's for sure. They weren't expecting that algorithm hit. All right, so we have a mirror match. Hitting me with a Stone Edge, shielding that up. That was a Stone Edge, right? I wasn't looking. Oh, they caught a freaking Fusion Flare with their Palkia. See, that's great work. So we're going to see if we can get a shield, and we do. Fantastic. Swapping into our Zarude here. Not looking the best. I think this is going to be a Spatial Rend. Let's see the damage. See, look. Do you see that? That's incredible. That is very incredible. Zarude is actually something. You know, I was really contemplating if I wanted to maybe even use my next golden bottle cap on this, but I think I'll probably step it up for something else, to be honest with you. That's still, you know, a little bit of a different situation, but it performed perfectly fine like this. But yeah, as you can see here. So we do have that Zacian. They're swapping, farming me down with their own Reshiram. All right, so we still have a full health Kyogre here. It's not super effective, but it's still going to do okay damage. I'm going to shield this up. I thought it might be Draco. Well, Stone Edge, I should say, but they went for Fusion, so we're shieldless. Let's see if we can pull this off here. We just need to get to one Surf. All right, come on, this should be enough. I'm telling you, this does so much damage. Look at that. That's ridiculous. It does even more than that, too. It's incredible. All right, next game, another mirror match. Oh, boy. Okay. So, of course, they all have in Stone Edge. They swap to catch me. I don't know. But we're going to go Draco Meteor. One-shotting their Palkia. Oh, that's a wrap. All right, so they're bringing back their Reshiram. We're going to immediately swap into our Kyogre. We're going to go ahead and shield that up just to preserve our health here. We'll let this go. We're looking good at this point. And I don't think we're going to be able to farm them down, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this Surf here. Let's see what's in the back. And we have a Crowned Zacian. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't know. Let's see how we're going to be able to pull this off. So I throw in my Zacian or my Zamazenta here. And let's see. We're going to let the next one go. Okay, now this is, you know, again, it's not very effective. But we're getting a shield. That's the first shield. Can we get to another one? We do. Amazing. You know, this thing is a tank over there. But let's see. They let it go. Still bringing him into the red. Getting off our next serve here. Not too sure if I should have done that or not, because at this point we're basically just gonna farm them down. We'll shield them. I thought they might have had a close combat. Guess not. So we're taking that win there. Okay, looking good. All right, next game. What are we gonna see here? Another Palkia. Oh boy. You know, this is the Master League. You know, and yeah, it's just what people are gonna do. We have another swapper. We're gonna go Draco. Are we gonna one-shot them? Oh, pretty much. Farming them down. Yeah, they don't want to get hit. So we're going to go ahead and go with the Fusion Flare because they have Draco on the mind. Exactly. Bah, we're not able to get to another one. So close. Bringing in Zarude. So we took out the 2 dragons. Hopefully there's something in the back Kyogre can handle. If they're running a triple dragon team, yeah, right. You know, 1 fairy and that team's going to see nothing but hell. But anyways, let's see what we have. Well, I decided to bring in the Palkia or the Kyogre to just farm them up, and they have a Zacian back there. So yeah, we're looking absolutely amazing. So let's go ahead and just finish this off. Get that shield. They may just back out. Okay, so they have even more health. Do you see that? They're in the good yellow. Almost half their health pretty much with the Surf. This is why you don't need Origin Pulse. All right, so next game we're going to be met with another Zacian. We love to see it. You already know the deal here. Waiting for a catch. There it is. Bringing in Gyarados. We're going to farm a little bit more. And then bring in our Zarude. We could have went for the Draco, but that's all right. Let's see here. If they have Aqua Tail and Crunch, they're so screwed. That Dragon Breath is slightly digging in, but very, very slowly. At this point, we're just going to farm them down. Let's go ahead and do this. Yeah, they've got Aqua Tail and Crunch, so they're just trying to lower my defense for the next Pokemon. Bring in back the Crown Zacian. We're just going to go for the Power Whip here over and over again. They probably will farm me all the way down here. Or, okay, I would have, but that works too. Ooh, all that energy. Why? All right, go ahead and go for the... Oh, catching with the Rhyperior. We bring in the Kyogre, and look at that. Isn't this game so fun? Yeah, isn't this rock, paper, scissors so skillful? Oh my goodness, so much skill. It blows my mind. All right, next game, another Palkia. Immediately swapping into their Groudon. I screwed up. I screwed up. So I should have went into the Zarude. Yeah, Precipice Blades, and I'm not able to get to it because I'm Shadow, so we're not able to take that, unfortunately. Now I bring in Zarude. Look how much Fire Punch does. Do you think I'm going to be able to pull this one off? I pretty much screwed myself at this point. This is a wrap, huh? Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one here, folks, but we'll see what we can make happen. All right, what are they going to do? We have 2 shields. They have 2. Bringing in their Zacian. I'm going to go ahead and just immediately swap into the Reshiram. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull this one off. It's not looking too good, to be honest with you. They're going to obviously double shield. If they don't, then wow. We need to keep this alive. Zarude cannot take out Zacian. We cannot take out Zacian with Zarude. That's not happening here. Going for the Fusion Flare. Letting it go. No, calling it. Okay. Oh, can we get to 2 Fusion Flares? We might be able to because we resist a quick move. Okay. Swapping into... Oh, okay. So the reason why I'm doing this is because Fusion Flare is not enough. And they're smart enough to know to not shield this. Are they going to shield this one up, though? Okay, yeah, that's what you want to do. Let it all go. We're shielded. I don't know if we can pull this off. Can we get to the damn thing? Folks, come on. Oh my gosh, we pulled it off. That is crazy. Yeah, we got all their shields. I don't know why I was saying that. My bad. I got a little too hyped there. They were shieldless already. All right, great. Next game. I do believe this will be our last game as well. So we're met with a Xerneas here. Now, this isn't, the worst because we are part fire, so we're not taking super effective from fairy. It's still going to hurt. But yeah, let's go. So we'll let this go. I would assume Moonblast. Yeah, still in the yellow, not bad. Getting to the next Fusion Flare. Do they want to shield it up? Come on, show me a shield. Letting it go. That works too. Love to see it. Bringing in Oh, hell yeah. Love to really see this. I kind of screwed up here. I should have went for Fusion Flare. Okay. I should have went for a double Fusion Flare just to do chip damage. Okay, that was just a big mistake on my end, unfortunately. And now they have all this energy, but they did double shield, so we are looking good. So we obviously can't go in here with Zarude. but we are. We want to get all their energy out. I'm thinking they have a Zacian in the back, and this is why I did this, because we can take on Zacian with Kyogre, and we can do a lot of damage with Surf. So we bring them in to waste the energy, and they have a freaking, of course, a Kyurem Black. Okay, all right. So at this point, this is not. I mean, it's not over, but let's see what we can do. They're shieldless. I'm gonna have to catch. Let's catch. Let's catch. Oh my gosh, we caught. Okay, now they have a win con still. Now they need to catch. If they catch, they can pull themselves out. They caught. They caught. We got a catching game over here. We're playing catch with each other. All right, to my opponent, great game. To all my opponents, good game. The Zarude is absolutely amazing. What a good game. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.